Hello and welcome everyone back to this 70-star league qualifier brought to you by GSA. We got Saksdal versus Martini. And I am Scotch and Tie Guy, and in the booth with me is Electric. How you feel, man?
I'm feeling great. This is going to be a really nice matchup. Saxdal is an awesome guy to watch race. I've seen like some of his bingo rounds, for instance, and really excited to see his 70 play. Meanwhile, Martini, relatively new name, at least around my part. So really excited just to see both these guys play and see what they're bringing to the table for this last SM64 race of the day.
Yeah, I would say that the great thing about this qualifier so far has been seeing new names, seeing new runners, and getting to know the SM64 community in a broader sense. So like you said, Saxdale, I've seen him run before. I've commentated a race for him before, but Martini, haven't seen him around. So it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it as well. And we're getting that countdown in the back. Gonna be getting these guys synced up in just a moment for all of you. Been around a while, I think. I mean, getting a Twitch name like Martini, he must have been around for a while, but who knows? Must have just somehow flown under my radar.
Martini showing off that Japanese version to start. Gonna lose about a second in the run over to Saxdale, but we'll have a little bit of a lead to start.
Yeah, it may not make a ton of sense to run on a slower version to like some viewers, but if he's used to running other categories, every other category is on Japanese, and the text scrolling is slightly different, like how you have to hit the buttons to scroll optimally, and so it can be like pretty hard to switch versions on the fly. So if you think you're at risk for like losing all the time, save for English, all of the text boxes, then sticking with JP is still a good bet. We see Martini going for that more basic Lakitu skip setup. Gives you a really nice lineup. Meanwhile, Saxdal with some more optimal movement there.
Yeah, no Lakitu skip misses this time around. Heading on over for bomb clip though.
And this one can be pretty tricky. Unlike the later plus, this is a bit more forgiving. You have 2 frames, you can grab the bomb and get through very quickly and cleanly. But we have seen some players just either throw the bomb in the wrong spot or just for whatever reason miss that regrab. So here's hoping none of that happens. Martini with a nice looking bomb. And Saxdal as well. Okay.
Yeah, Saxdale getting that big bomb. Martini. It looked like that was a medium bomb. Like you were saying, this bomb club is pretty simple. You can do it with either the medium or the big bomb. You can technically do it with the small bomb. It's a lot harder though. But it's negligible. It's just speed.
Yeah, unlike Pillarless, the speed doesn't make a huge difference here, but we'll get to that later when it comes up in the run. But both of them with this optimal route here, going to the slide first. In PB attempts, you'll go to Womps first, but that does waste about a second. You'll do that just so you can get to the reset heavy area a little bit faster. I'm going to go ahead and predict a 12-9 from Martini and a 12-8 from Saxdal.
Yeah, to get those guesses out in chat, I'm going to guess 12-8s from both guys.
And the 12-9 and the 12-8. Nostradamus is back, folks.
Little sync there.
Beautiful. Okay.
That's frame perfect.
Yeah, the synchronized long jumps.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. And even the cheat prevention was nearly synced up perfectly. Get those syncs out in chat if you have them.
And the synchronized long jumps. Watch this fade out here. Oh, beautiful. Oh, man. Let's see what order they go for. We're going to be going for those kind of more trick-based stars first. Saxdal with the texture setup cannonless here. Nice! Going to save a little bit of time on Martini, claiming that lead just through the better, more optimized setup. A little less consistent, relies on those visual cues that can be sometimes hard to see. So great job from Saxdal. Moving back in. Let's see if he decides to go for Owless or the 100 coin next. It looks like Owless. Yep. Martini committing to half cycle on this 100 coin. Very clean movement so far.
Saxdale side.
Beautiful. Is saving time over that unfortunate owl. Okay, this awning jump is actually the reason that you see differences in the routing. The awning jump that you have to do for the full cycle movement is more precise because you have to get more height and kick at the very apex in order to make it up without getting a ledge grab. So if you're not able to do that reliably, half cycle is pretty much what you're going to be seeing. Very nice movement from Martini. Very handily making the cycle. No errors on that little coin clear out that you do while you're waiting for the platform to rotate. As meanwhile, saksdal clean full cycle.
Getting that in the last second. Good blue coin RNG there as well.
Nice side flip from saksdal, and that kind of quick reaction delaying his side flip so Mario walked forward just a bit to grab that coin. But Martini is going to be coming out with still a little bit of a lead. But that's only because he has not done Alice yet. And shooting into the wild blue on Martini's side. Beautiful instant side flip.
I think a lot of people take wild blue a little, you know, they don't really talk about it too much. You know, that precise move, I mean, it's not super duper precise, but it's very easy to go too far before that side flip and take a bonk on that platform.
It's actually a very premium place to use a front flip. So when you activate a side flip by like holding forward then holding back, once Mario starts the flipping animation, you can hold any direction on the control stick and he will side flip in that direction instead. And so anytime you're doing that, like to go forward with your flip, that's called a front flip. And using one there, I find makes it easier. It might be a tad slower, but I think for beginners, it'll be a little more consistent because you can basically like just activate the side flip on one particular part of the ground. And as long as you're moved away from the wall, you'll get it every time. And so saksdal quickly dispatching the Womp King here. And we keep calling him King, but he has no crown, so not exactly sure where that title's coming from.
Well, I call him Big Daddy Womp. Daddy with an I, of course.
Now, interestingly, we're seeing on Martini's side, he's going for the owl full movement. So one of the weird things about taking the owl is you have to do that star last because it has to come after the tower star. He's going for this optimal side flip movement. Yeah, he's going to be right underneath that owl. Now, one critical thing here is, okay, this is weird. When you move, when you grab the owl, it stores your momentum and then reapplies it as soon as you let go. So he needs to have that momentum in mind. And yeah, see how he got that like little push away from the owl? That was his walking momentum being reapplied. So that can be a little bit of a Monka-S whenever you walk into the owl like that, because you don't know if you'll end up like just going flying as soon as you let go.
saksdal taking care of Peach's slide now. Martini's going to be following suit as well. I want to note, Blue Bob in chat is saying 641 Womp's Fortress. You know, that's pretty fast.
That's a really good time for Womp's 9. Okay, now Martini with the second slide. I'm going to go ahead and say 12-8. Going to be a little bit of an improvement off. Actually, a 13-0. 13-1.
Yeah, a little bit early on the dive, just not getting that corner exactly as he wanted to. saksdal with the safe flying. It's all 8. No need for a backup.
Yep, and then nice double jump dive movement there to get that tech skip. Ooh, Martini very cleanly missing those 2 coins.
Yeah,
just flying right under him.
Yeah.
Mario's wing hitbox is so high above him, but doesn't extend it all below him. So, like, he probably thought that was still going to grab. And I've seen cases where you just be a couple pixels higher and it would grab. Like sometimes it's really just the very tip of the wing on the cap that happens to grab it.
saksdal taking care of Dark World now. Gets that button push exactly where you want it to be.
Nice instant flip.
Opting not to do that rollout.
And that box rollout strat can be kind of finicky, and you'd really only do that if you were aiming for see a cycle, which in a race, that'd be a pretty big power move. But shoutouts to that box rollout. That box rollout combined with a good speed kick can actually make Shia cycle possible with a much easier bit of elevator movement later on.
Overall, a really, really nice Dark World there on Saksdale's side.
You have a really clean cycle. He goes ahead and does those wall kicks cleanly. No firsties, so gonna have to take that stair for the triple. Okay. Nice coin grab for Martini.
Oh, nice
Delayed dive. You're gonna be playing it super safe there. And then Saksdal missing the first Bowser throw. Oh no. Just trying to... I didn't see how many spins he went for, but he was trying to throw him way too quick, and so didn't quite get enough distance on him.
Yeah, kind of an anticlimactic way to end Dark World for him after having such a good Dark World. And Martini, you know, hitting the button, but also having a really clean Dark World as well.
Now Saksdal moving into Sky Jump. Bit of a finicky star sometimes, but... Okay, and he gets the cap clean. Now we saw our racers last time have a little bit of issue with those kicks up the slope. Saksdal, no problem, and gets the flight right into the path under the box. Very clean. Nice little textbook sky jump there.
Yeah, that's really good flying there, and you know that triple jump we saw yesterday. I think it was Tom who was having trouble with the triple jump off that cannon. If you're a little too low, even if you have that speed, it's not going to work. Martini right there, just a little low, able to just make it work though.
Yeah, and breaking the box with his flight instead of the pound. That's kind of interesting. I haven't seen that one yet.
Saksdale heading into CCM. Martini is going to be following up behind as well. Saksdale going for this. Wall kicks will work first. Nice. Very nice use of camera angle there.
Oh, super clean dive. That was picture perfect. Wow. Here's hoping Martini goes for the same. Otherwise, it's going to be like a 4-second, 3-second deficit immediately just from the strat. Oh, Martini going for that beginner movement. I just can't personally support this, man. Like, if you do the advanced movement and mess it up, the backup can still be faster than this. Like, I said last race, I've even seen people, they'll mash A to make sure that they get the wall kick. And even though it's a low wall kick, doing the backup movement is like a second faster than doing the full beginner movement optimally. But I do have to say, it is safe. You will not die doing this, so...
Both these racers committing to CCM 18 as we see them both taking care of that first slide without 100 coins. They'll be taking care of 100 coins with the Penguin race.
Yeah, much safer since it avoids that double plus, but we have seen some people pay for it dearly.
I completely forgot about this. Saksdale does the new movement here, or I don't know if it's new. I believe it's new. I could be wrong. For 100 coins here in CCM, he's going to grab those two blue coins, and he's going to skip over a portion of this slide. Now he's got to be careful here because of the rubber banding with the Penguin, but it doesn't negate the race because it doesn't count it as cheating.
It's really interesting. I don't think I've actually seen the CCM 18 route yet.
Yeah, check this out, coming right here. Nice and clean.
Beautiful. Wow.
Now he's got to be super careful because this Penguin is going to be coming in flying because, again, he's rubber banded.
Gets that nice clean movement through to the end. Wow.
Yeah. The rubber band is very real with that Penguin. Martini looks like he's having a little bit of trouble there with the start of 100.
Yeah, that very first bit of movement, you have to take that corner pretty tight. Otherwise, you'll lose a lot of speed trying to get that line.
Yeah, we got to see that from saksdal in his first 2 races. I completely forgot about it and remembered it just as he was doing those blue coins.
I need to like take a clip of that and learn that myself because I haven't practiced that much on CCM 100. So jump looks a little bit scary, but it looks like you do get to kind of avoid the penguin jostling you like you were seeing on Martini's screen. So
well, you also avoid that that line of coins that goes up against that secret kind of passage.
oh yeah, and that line is
So,
just so
yeah,
rough to get.
I mean, you know, these runners, they practice that slide constantly, of course, but that line of coins in particular is definitely, it's certainly one of the more difficult lines of coins there on the slide.
We got Sax going in for the boo dive. Nice. Okay, so now Saxdal moving on up for the big boo kill on the balcony. Nothing too special about this, but one slip up and you can end up falling right off the roof, which is very devastating.
And we have seen it before.
Missing the pound on the star.
That kind of awkward there. Looks like he should have had it. Oh, big
Ooh, Martini
bonk.
getting a bonk instead of a flip.
Yeah, definitely
Meanwhile,
class 1 bonk. Nothing too bad, but still. And why can't get this wall kick?
oh no, trying to side flip too close to the wall in that last one. Saxdal with the nice side flip to do this balcony star real quick. Okay, so Saxdal going into pillarless. So you saw them grab an exploding bomb earlier for bomb clip, taking a weird bonk there. Not sure why he even tried for a jump dive.
Why did he go for a dive?
That was weird. But what's gonna happen here is they need to grab this bomb as it starts exploding on a particular frame, and that'll make the bomb-bomb's hitbox intersect with Mario's. And the game really does not like that, so it tries to force them apart. But the speed it applies to the bomb-bomb is negated by the fact that you're holding it. But the speed on Mario is not. So you're gonna get a lot of speed backwards. And they're gonna be trying to use this to clip inside the top of the pyramid to get access to that top loading zone way faster than you're supposed to be able to. Now here's that first grab. They're gonna be going for a re-grab. Saxdal with a very weird re-grab. Not going to be able to make it work, unfortunately. Taking a death. Not even able to do a backup. You see Martini making up some time here.
Yeah, this is exactly what Martini needed. Huge opening now. As long as you can nail this plus on the first try, but making up plenty of time. Good angle this time.
Yep, failing the double jump of doom. Oh, no. With that, Martini has claimed the lead if he can get this first try. And so this really difficult part that there's 2 other besides the actual first bomb grab. So you have to get a re-grab, and that adds a couple of glitchy properties to the bomb in addition to the ones it already has. Mainly, you can do the ground pounds here, and the timer lasts much longer. Saxdal getting a very clean entry this time around. Martini might be going for the shell route if he's not doing pillarless first for some reason. I don't see otherwise why you would use up your backups first.
Yeah. Typically with these runs, the racers will go.
You have shell movement.
Yeah.
Ultimately, he's still going to be saving time on Saxdal's plus attempts, but I think Saxdal will walk away with the lead because of that.
Definitely not as big of a lead as he might want.
Shell movement does not lose that much time, though, for beginners. Oh, no, losing the shell on this third pillar instead of the fourth. That's okay. This movement isn't too slow. You really just mainly want that shell for the very first 2 pillars. Yeah, optimally, it only loses like 12 seconds. So as a beginner, you really shouldn't be losing all your runs to plus. Just take the L and take the shell until you have like a 54 or something. And so Sack's still going to be moving on to LLL. Meanwhile, Martini with a 10-second star.
Yeah, optimally done. You can actually get that done in 7 seconds.
Yeah, it's unfortunate how like in runs the fade outs obviously count. Because you're sitting there thinking like, I did so good on that. And then you're watching the camera go away and you're like, that's not gold, is it? Saxdal with the interesting backup reds order. Pretty clever, honestly.
Yeah, taking a booty burn just before that first red coin grabs. Martini doing this much cleaner.
You're going to make up a considerable amount of that lead. You can lose a ton of time to reds from those mistakes.
1941 jump in for Saksdal. We'll get a good time for you.
And a 49 for Martini.
So 8 seconds worth of difference, you know, through SSL and Triple L.
Nice speed kick strat from Saxdal there. If you don't run the game, normally when you have a certain amount of speed, you will always dive. But if you're running and you neutral out the stick, so just let go of it, and then try to do a dive, it'll come out as a kick instead. And that's called a speed kick, because you're able to conserve most of your really high speed while still getting that kick out. And it's really useful whenever you have a very confined space that you want to get a triple jump in. Like for instance, that
pro boost.
Oh, very clean. Okay. Meanwhile, Martini going for the roundabout boost.
Yeah, using that double jump, triple jump off the rock. So losing a bit of time to Saksdal's lava boost.
Yes, I'm glad though that they both got their respective boosts pretty cleanly. That trick can cost considerable time.
Well, that's the tough part here in Triple L. I mean, a couple of these stars are difficult, but that's certainly the most difficult trick here. Elevator tour being pretty simple.
And Saxdal with a very clean elevator tour movement, going for that really risky rollout on the last little tiny platform before the star one.
Martini unfortunately getting that low pole grab, having to climb up the whole thing.
Saxdal approaching the bully. Nice quick dispatch.
It's nice to see the usage of that side ground pound throughout the 70-star league qualifier.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Martini missing that second long jump. Is going to be able to kill the bully pretty quickly, but needs to be kind of careful on these platforms. Definitely does not want to take a ledge grab anywhere. Okay, nice triple jump strat for safety there. Oh, Saxdal landing at the same... Okay. Not getting bully glitch, though, fortunately. That looked fairly close to me. But as soon as I saw those coins rise up, that definitely meant that he didn't get it. Martini, again with the burn here. Going to be wasting some time on the way to these bullies. Fortunately, the platform pretty forgiving. Okay, nice kicks. Okay. Fairly clean bully kills.
Yeah, good backup.
And both of them going to be moving on to Dire Docks. For some reason, I was wanting to say Fire Sea at first, and I was like, no, that's not the one. Come on, brain, come on.
Yeah, pretty slow area. So while we have a moment, make sure to check out our commands in chat, !YT for the YouTube channel, !schedule. Check out everything that GSA has to offer. And !bracket to check out where all of your favorite runners are at, who they have to go against. And that YouTube channel has all of the clips and all of the reruns that you might have missed or that you want to rewatch.
And great resources in chat, just like the great swimming from these guys for these chest stars. And yeah, wet fire docks, my absolute favorite stage. I'm waiting for that to be in a ROM hack now.
Oh, Martini getting a little close to the vortex there.
Yeah, gonna have to swim pretty far for this star due to how much it pulls you. I'm also just waiting for the ROM hack that replaces all of Mario's sounds with me imitating Mario's sounds. Whoa!
It's gonna come out soon.
Soon, TM. Saxdal with the rear sub, nice side flip, right on the edge of that fin.
Getting a nice side flip. Exactly what you want to see when you're going back sub. Martini as well, setting up.
Getting that nice clean movement, going right up to the fin. Can be a little bit tricky when you hit that fin, you start losing pretty massive speed. Martini going in for the Manta Ray's reward, while Saxdal going to be moving into Fire Sea. This is going to be a critical point for him. If he's able to hit Lava Boost, that gives Martini a ton to answer to. But should he miss it and get a normal cycle instead of being able to hit early LEs, it's going to be massive time save for Martini.
Well, Martini has done a really good... Oh,
yeah, here we go. One of those big mistakes. Not getting the wall kick. Going to have to go ahead and take the lava burn up, and that might kill early LEs.
Yeah, it's certainly going to relegate him to a much later cycle. Martini has the ability to answer pretty strongly now.
Taking a little bit of lag in this section. Still very clean movement.
Yeah, holding on to that cycle. Exactly what you need.
Okay, no ledge grab. It's within reach. The bully... what? He had it.
Yeah, I mean, that elevator seemed to be moving up as Martini was approaching, so I'm not sure if he was just not confident in it.
I mean, I did really see that, like, he didn't do a couple lag reduction strats, but I wouldn't have thought that that'd affect the elevator cycle.
Yeah, not really sure. Saksdal taking a death, though.
Oh, no. Where even was he? He was on the... Yeah, he had the star from it. What even happened?
He took some... it seems like he fell off and took some burns. And just wasn't able to get in to the battle.
Did he, like, miss a rollout
Bowser? Yeah.
on the... Wow.
So now Martini in the driver's seat with that massive mistake on Saksdale's side.
Oh boy, and Saxdal not going to be able to get the lava boost cycle this time either. Kind of a weird ledge grab this time around. But of course, knowing that he doesn't have to deal with the reds, going to go for just pure straight movement right to the end.
Yeah, so strange. I mean, we saw this from Tama yesterday. He was messing with the with Mario Camp during that movement to Fire Sea Bowser fight, and completely missed the entrance and took a death as well. Or no, excuse me, didn't take a death, but fell straight to the bottom.
And it sounds like it was a speed kick issue. Yup. Saksdal hitting neutral too early on that speed kick and then just getting bodied by the platforms there. That was, oh man.
Yeah, really tough to see. Martini setting up for the double. First double, not going to see the double. Picking up the stray coin on the way. Nice Skeeter RNG. Be happy with that.
Nice jump dive there. And Saxdal going to be joining him upstairs in just a moment. Martini having some issues with that triple to get up there. Avoiding that amp pretty handily. Decent coin RNG so far.
Yeah, only missing one stray coin so far.
Meanwhile, Saxdal getting started with his own 100 coin.
Terrible Skeeter RNG.
Yeah, this star really is probably the most RNG heavy star in the game, which is kind of weird. Like, the game really doesn't have much RNG. There are a couple Goombas that can sometimes be in really inconvenient spots, and of course, any star involving a bunch of coin boxes and like other coin spawns can introduce a lot of RNG. But overall, this is a fairly RNG-free run, except for stars like this.
Well, Martini finishing up that, which are world 100.
It's called the T-Hags speed kick because T-Hags did the same thing in a run a few months ago. Yeah, I think calling it the Sax T-Hags kick now is probably appropriate. Martini with the ground pound instead of the first jump there. Not even sure what happened. His finger shouldn't have been anywhere near Z. A little flashy side flip there for some reason.
Yeah, a little gusto, if you will.
And nice wall kicks to get up to the top of that tunnel. Bomb on Battlefield, you only see the coin RNG in 120, so.
Saksdal moving over. He kicked the box while doing the triple jump.
I have never seen that in my life.
Wow.
Okay.
That was impressive.
That's an optimization. Okay.
I'm not sure how he did it, but jumping and kicking to get the box so that he would avoid having to do a ground pound.
And he still did that long jump movement to the wall kick, right?
Yes.
That's so. I don't even understand how he got that. Okay.
That was extremely impressive, though.
Yeah, I was actually looking at Martini's screen right when it happened, but obviously I saw the hole that the crate left. See, I could definitely see that being possible with the strat that we saw, like draws pull out, where you do the double jump dive instead of the long jump to start. But with this strat, I feel like he'd be too far away. That's pretty wild. Not Skeeter, Bob. These guys make it look really easy, but you do have to practice it for a little bit. You're having to hold up to activate the long jump and then immediately hold upright for that jump strafe. Martini going for secrets now. Taking all the lag from this major area. He's got the lead, but if he keeps playing like this, it might slip out of his fingers.
Yeah, he's got to be careful here. You know, we're starting to get into that end game area where it gets really tough. You know, THI being one of those areas where, you know, we don't really look forward to it too much. Just because of, you know, the layout. Saksdal getting the ledge grab there, avoiding taking a fall.
Yeah, and with just really nice secrets there. Yeah,
Gotcha.
getting kind of bodied by him, yeah. Glad he decided to turn him that way instead of to the other side of the mountain, because that would have completely killed his momentum. Saksdal, meanwhile, going for the same, avoiding the chuck it, going for the mountain clip. Oh, barely not slipping in there. You can see how permeable that wall honestly is. Like, even though Saksdal didn't clip through, you saw Mario get embedded in that wall pretty nice.
Saksdal showing off this reverse movement. You know, I talked about this in the last race. I'm doing it pretty nicely, actually.
Okay, Martini gonna pick up the Toadstar, move on to TTM, but Saksdal right behind him.
Here we go with the mountain clip.
Kind of an awkward camera angle going for the Lakitu Cam C down. The camera tends to stay outside the mountain. I'm not sure if that second ledge grab was intentional, but he might have been trying to align himself with the exact corner of that stick. Oh, getting...
Oh.
I think he just didn't hold the stick right fast enough.
Yeah.
'Cause he got like no momentum from that wall kick.
Yeah, it didn't have, like I said, didn't have the momentum that he needed. And now Saksdal literally on Martini's tail.
And with that, we've got a bit of a sink incoming, potentially. Very close guard grabs.
Yeah, extremely close. Had Saksdal done that just a little bit more optimal, we might be synced up completely. But Martini edging just slightly right now.
Yeah, a little bit better of a mountain clip.
Oh, now we're... Oh,
no! Missing the ledge grab off the log wall kick. Must have just been a late kick or something.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. We were about to get it synced up completely. Martini with a nice rollout there on that fourth red coin.
Martini's definitely got skill. It's been a bit interesting to see their strats throughout, because occasionally they've gone for some really hard stuff, and then occasionally just kind of chicken out to an extent.
Martini eating a ton of lag.
And just could not seem to flip on top of... Oh yeah, sorry.
Skyhopper, thank you so much for the subscription. 8 months. A little bit of the subscription hype in the chat, please.
Let's see some of them clocks, please. GSA fire. And yeah, get it out fast before Discord lag causes me to interrupt you again.
Yeah, no worries.
That's why like in-person commentary is always just a blast, because that's never an issue, and I never feel like I'm being a jerk interrupting people.
Well, you can't see the other guy.
Right.
So, I mean, we've gotten better at it over time, but it still happens every now and then.
Okay, Saksdal with a nice blast off to that lonely mushroom. Not quite a blast off so much as a boing off. And Martini gonna be going for the same here. And let's see, Saksdal, yep. Oh, no. Getting the fake clip there.
Yeah, you
gotta be like embedded in that wall to get that ground pound.
Yeah, clipping in and clipping out, just tough. You know, thinking you've got it and then seeing Mario just slam to the bottom. Martini gonna be gaining a little bit of time, avoiding trying breezeless altogether.
Okay, Saksdal moving on up to Snowman's big head. Nice slide wall kick movement here. Beautifully executed star.
Yeah, really clean there. Martini's got something big to answer for.
And going for the same, and it... Oh, narrowly missing the ledge grab. Oh, and then not getting the wall kick off the ice ramp there. This can be a kind of weird angle to hit.
The camera just not working for Martini there for a moment.
Yeah, the camera rules are kind of strange at some points. Like, it's programmed to try to stay away from getting inside of a wall, but sometimes that causes it to get hung up, like, way underneath you because it can't seem to figure out a way to get up towards you without going out of bounds. Ooh, Martini missing that, okay, nice backup for this star. Saksdal with the deep freeze.
Yeah, bouncing around a little bit before getting that star. You know, I wanted to say, you know, we talk a lot about movement, um, you know, TTM, the log kick, and um, HMC with the triple box jump, but I don't think we talk enough about Snowman's Head and how, you know, difficult that one is.
Oh yeah, like it no matter what form of it you do, if you do the like very beginner movement, the wall kicks are weird to figure out. If you do that sliding movement, then obviously like you can have what happened to Martini have happen. And if you go for the penguin slide flip, you're just nuts, honestly. I mean, granted, I'm glad that our snowy mountain can be reached with a couple of flips, and we don't have to use Hessing like Majora's Mask. Saxdal with the very clean Mips grab. Getting some optimal movement in this HMC late. Let's hope Martini can match. We saw a little bit of a Mips chase last time in the Hackasay match.
Well, must say, you know, up to this point, really nice running on both sides. A couple of minor mistakes here and there. Death here and there as well. But neither person giving much to the other. You know, trading back and forth blows, getting within inches of each other. Saksdal now. And for this triple box jump, as Martini talks to Toad, not able to get it.
By a wall. This stick movement is really precise to be able to get over that wall. That wall in that room is really high. Even though there's no ceiling, getting over the wall is still a challenge with the triple box jump.
Well, you would think that the triple box jump, like, having watched it so many times, you would think that the triple box jump would just be straightforward, but it's not. There's a little bit of movement that you have to do just after the jump off the box that you don't really see too much. Martini having difficulty with the box jump as well is going to go over and do Christmas Miracle instead.
Yep. And I really wish like we could have an input display somehow for the racers. Zach's still getting really lucky there. It seems almost random which polygons you slide down in the pit and which ones you don't. So if he would have gotten a slider, that would have been GG for that star.
Looks like getting bodied there by the boulder.
Despite the trolling, is still with the star. Well, I think now the star counts are synchronized. Going for a little bit of a different HMC route, so it's a little hard to tell who's exactly ahead.
Yeah, Martini is 1 star behind.
Oh, so, okay, I have to apologize now. In Discord, the like call icons cover up the second star count for me, so like I'm never quite sure of exactly which star the second player is on. So like if commentators ever miscount the number of stars on the right side, you know why now. It's because Discord. And yeah, so like now I can tell based on like the bottom of the number, it's definitely a 6 now. I thought it was a 6 when it was a 5, but anywho, these guys doing some really nice handiwork in HMC. Saksdal gonna be moving on for his own Christmas Miracle. Martini with the right side amazing emergency exit.
I'm surprised that he got that. It looked like he was a little ahead of the button. No problems at all.
This is one of the best games ever made, responded by what about Fortnite? I don't know if I can just I don't know if I can continue after reading that response.
Banned.
Yeah, even though Yale's moving on to our bracket, banned. You mad? Okay, Martini with 1 more star. Or, oh, sorry, he's going to be exiting course now. Joining Saksdal momentarily in Tippy. This is Saksdal's race to lose, but as we've seen so many times in Tippy, those mistakes can really cost you time.
We saw it last race. You know, Tippy. We always say the great equalizer. You know, as long as Saksdal can play it clean. Wow, having a lot of trouble with this pole grab.
You gotta mash quick to get that grab. It's ridiculous. I actually always go for an extra jump kick just to make sure I can grab the pole very cleanly without having to do the mashing movement. It looks like Martini going to be heading over for the more basic movement to skip Lakitu bounce. This can also be very challenging, so here's hoping it works out for him.
Well, we saw in the last race, you just gotta avoid this log. Well, he's not even gonna go for the long jump.
Yeah. This movement's a bit slower, but way safer, honestly. That log is in the worst position possible. It's very narrow to get under that log and still get a ledge grab on the next platform.
Yeah, we saw, I believe it was Hakusei got bodied by that log attempting that movement. Fortunately getting on the carpet, but...
Meanwhile, saksdal with some very clean triangles. Not tricky at all for this guy.
You know, I respect Martini going for these more consistent techniques and routes. You know, rather than, you know, going for Lakitu bounce, you know, questioning whether or not they can... Oh, a little bit of sync here.
Yeah, the fake sync, I was going to say. Oh, Martini with a little bit less clean movement on that. Oh, no, just having to take Mario right into the wall for a sec. But the synchronized star generation, okay. Didn't quite see what happened to saksdal either.
Yeah, saksdal just taking a little bit of time there, allowing Martini the opportunity to catch up. You know, still 1 star behind, but anything can happen. Still have TTC ahead of us.
Okay, I gotta say, while these guys are going for swinging, that Liam King's emote always reminds me of Seaman every time I see it. If you've never heard of Seaman, for the Dreamcast, there was this game where you could raise a fish with a human face that would talk to you. And I swear that that face, Liam King's emote, is exactly like that face from that game. Like go look it up, man. It's exactly like it.
Saksdal with Toad early.
Yep, the optimal route, as we're finding out from Tabascoth, as long as you're able to get this movement into the clock optimally. And saksdal very handily getting in there on 12.
Very nice three triangles on Martini's side. Saksdal have difficulty with this wall kick here. Trying to grab that first red coin. Doing TTC 100.
Yep, getting the wall kick there, nice. Such a precise angle you have to be at to get that wall kick to register.
And Martini grabbing Toad early as well, so we'll be going straight into bits after TTC is done.
Well, saksdal missing that side flip. Gonna have to pause for a sec there. Martini with some issues on this strat. Gonna be going for time jumps first.
Typically, you see a runner going for another star other than 100 points first. They're going to be doing it last. Not sure Martini's strategy. Saksdal making out a TTC 100 alive.
Yep, very nice wall kicks there. Whoa!
What?
Come on! Am I really that cursed? Come on!
I think that was me this time.
No, I was the one that said it right before. Complimenting those wall kicks and just flying right over the platform edge. Oh, you hate to see it.
Well, Martini, working on 100s right now. Not doing
Getting
it last.
bopped by the platform a little bit. That side flip strat works? How? I mean, granted, it didn't work for him there, but like, oh man, having some bad luck here. As you can see, there's a little bitty lip there, and you're trying to wall kick off of effectively like the edge of that lip.
Yeah, having to kind of restart the muscle memory after having a little bit of a mishap there. Right in the danger zone now.
Okay, nice wall kicks movement. Avoiding that invisible wall. And going to be finishing this off fairly clean.
Yeah, still only about a star and a half behind. Let's see this movement now. Oh, gotta avoid. Oh, really interesting. Oh, no!
Oh, sliding right off the top of the womp. Got such a slippery head. Yeah, interesting that he went for that backflip movement. We saw do whatever actually having to use that as a backup.
Martini showing off the BLJ. Now it's 2 stars behind. Now, as much as Martini is behind here, points are still on the table.
Oh, yeah. And of course, I mean, saksdal does still have 2 stars. Granted, this is the harder of the two, but of course, Bits right after. We've seen plenty of people take huge dives after that triple jump wall kick.
Oh, Martini's got to be careful there. Oh, we've got fast movement.
Nice triple jump. The long jump seems good. Okay. Getting on out of there. Meanwhile, saksdal picking up his 70th star. Going to be heading right into Bowser in the Sky.
Martini's got 2 more to go. As long as saksdal can play cleanly here, finish with a mid 52. Maybe a high 52.
Well, let's see how it works out for him here. Taking that quick ledge grab right before the loading zone.
Oh,
ooh, the
Martini!
invisible Martini side.
Wow, bodied by that invisible wall.
And saksdal missing triple jump dive. Okay. Okay. saksdal needs a clean bits now. Martini just has to clean out these reds as fast as he can. Okay, saksdal approaching the triple jump dive again. Still going for the pretty tight angle. Very clean movement up here. Now here we go, the triple jump wall kick coming up. Martini is going to be entering bits momentarily. And saksdal pulling out the wood block movement. Okay. Wants to just play it super safe for this run. More power to you if you can get that consistent. For some reason, I would have periods where it would be really consistent and then it would just stop working altogether.
Yeah, saksdal really taking his time here. You know, we saw him kind of pause on that elevator, not happy with the position that he was at. Getting into the pipe now, but Martini not even going for that triple jump dive, just going to take the long way around. Nice little scenic route.
I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw the woodblock strap from Martini as well based on that. And a very clean, laser precise throw from saksdal.
Yeah, going for those single spins. Looks like Martini will also be doing these woodblocks like he said. But saksdal missing that third throw. Can't believe the last one.
Oh, Martini having some issues with the elevators. With saksdal clenching this win with a 53-07. Very nice. GG's to saksdal for winning this one.
Yeah, Martini, plenty of points though to grab. And that's what is important in these qualifiers is points. saksdal getting that first, or Martini grabbing that first bomb hit. Second one on the way. Taking a similar bonk to saksdal there. Third one is free.
Very nice.
And Martini will be grabbing a healthy set of points. Less than 50 seconds behind.
Yeah, GG's to Martini. I think that's going to be either 25 or 26 points going to him from this race. So not a bad pull at all.
Well, we'll see if we can get these guys in for interviews real quick. Saksdal is going to be bowing out. Martini will be joining us in just a moment, though.
Yeah, and don't go anywhere, folks. Right after this, we've got an SMO race. Let me pull up the calendar to see who exactly it is between. But it will be literally right after this, just in a few minutes. Ganon Slayer versus Lucidity. As we've got Martini in the call. What's up? How are you feeling?
Hey, so I just turned on the stream and saw Saksdal's time. That was closer than I expected.
Yeah, you got a healthy set of points, like I was saying. That must feel pretty good.
Yeah, I think my early and mid game was pretty solid. I spaghettied pretty hard in Tippy, but I'm finished about like a minute off my PB, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh yeah, definitely a good race time to be that close to your PB. And I mean, you had a pretty sizable lead at a couple of points, especially after Saxtel's pretty devastating mistake in Fire Sea.
Oh wow, I'll have to rewatch it then.
So like what were you particularly proud of, like as far as specific stages go?
I'm trying to remember. Let me look at my splits just to refresh my memory. I think I was like ahead of my PB after like Bowser 1. I broke my shell on SSL. Oh yeah, my LL was pretty bad. But I think my upstairs was decent, except for TTM. I always get owned by that stage.
So, yeah, along with a number of other runners for sure.
Yeah, I have my practice cut out for me for the next race.
Well, speaking of practice, you've got Super Viper and T-Hags to come up against, and they both have losses on their record against Saksdal, who will be confirmed moving forward in the tournament. What are you going to do in particular that's to prepare for these next two races?
Well, I know they're both very good runners. Congrats to Saksdal. He's done really well this tournament, but Viper and T-Hags also really good, so I'm just going to have to do my best against him.
Absolutely. I mean, that's all you can pull out is your best. Now, I do have to kind of ask, like, what is your general philosophy with strats? Because we saw you go for some pretty hard things and then take a couple things a little bit cool, like obviously the shell movement and SSL and a couple other things.
Yeah, I don't know what the hard things are because I feel like all the strats I do are pretty easy. Usually I do CCM Pro wall kicks, but I took it out because I was messing it up in my practice. But in general, I usually do like really consistent strats because I hate resetting. That's pretty much my philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, we do have that advice from the top, like with Cheese, for instance, saying, you know, hey, don't reset if you want to get better at the whole game. So
exactly,
not a bad approach. Well, GG's, and thanks so much for the race, as well as GG's to Saksdal. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got that SMO race coming up right next, but until then, we got to take a very, very short break. But this has been super fun. Again, I'm Electric. Here with me in the booth, Scotch and Tie Guy. It's been a pleasure, my man.
Of course, I'll be back in just a moment to commentate that Super Odyssey race, so stay tuned.
Yep. Peace out, everyone. Have a good night.